Good morning. It's September 27th. My name is Monte Burris, and this is the Roncevalles Report. I am a realtor with the WB Group at Keller Williams Referred Urban. I've got 3 sales prices to discuss with you today. Not much in the way of new listings to report, but I do want to kind of give my opinion on what's going on with the Toronto District School Board's rezoning of the Garden Avenue Public School catchment. So I'll get to that in a moment. First of all, let's discuss some of these sales. First thing I want to discuss is 30 Radford Avenue. This was a 2.5-story detached house on a 21-foot by 122-foot lot. Lovely house, really, really nicely done. Legal conforming basement apartment in the bottom. And this is listed by a real estate agent, an agent that's also staying within the same neighborhood, just moving to another, I think, a larger house. I'm happy to report that that she did fantastic on this property. Multiple offers, listed at $899. It sold for $1.21 million. This is the 4th detached house on these smaller lots, these 21-foot lots that have now sold between 1.2 and 1.32 million bucks. So that's the new standard for these really, really nicely done smaller lot detaches, somewhere in the 1.2 to 1.3 million dollar ranges. So you can mark that on your calendar, as that's what the going rate is for those ones. What that does to the larger ones, the ones on the 25-foot and the 30-foot lots, is going to be really interesting. We have not seen one of those properties come up that's been fully renovated and ready to move into. When that does happen, I suspect we're going to start to see new boundaries around the 1.5 to 1.6 mark. Talking about other sales, well, here's a 2.5-story detached that needed a lot of work, okay? This was 10 Fermanagh. This was being sold by the Catholic Church, and it was in a bit of a rough shape. Great property, 26-foot lot, 92 feet deep, with 1 parking space in the back, but this one needed a bunch of work. Not the biggest lot, like I said, only 26 feet, but it was a nice property, a really good foundation, and you could do lots of nice stuff with this. And it was listed for $879,000, and it sold for $974, almost $975. So I guess congratulations to those new purchasers. I think the fact that you got in on one of these at under $1 million, when these smaller lots, these 20-foot lots, are selling 121, 125 redone, I think that's a really good purchase. Congratulations to you. 48 Fermanagh was a 2-story row house, 17.5 feet by 125 foot. It was listed $759,900 and sold for $900,000. Congratulations to you. I expect to see a whole bunch of new listings coming out next week, so stay tuned to the Roncevalles Report when we get into that. Now let's talk a little bit about this controversial move by the Toronto District School Board to change the catchment areas of Garden Avenue Public School. Garden Avenue Public School is a wonderful school. It's a small, almost private school, it has 300 students in it, but the problem is that because this neighborhood has become so highly sought after, and it's stroller central out there, its enrollment has really enlarged, and that's running into problems, because over in Parkdale, at Parkdale Elementary School, a school that's built for 800 students, they're under capacity over there. So the Toronto District School Board is proposing to reshuffle the zones here, and people that are in the south end of Roncesvalles Village, on the east side of Roncevalles, north of Queen Street, are now going to be shuffled over and moved over to Parkdale Elementary School. Now, the problem here is that Garden Avenue Public School is one of the highest ranked elementary schools in the province of Ontario. The marks are consistently off the charts, and whereas Parkdale is not. So you have the haves and the have-nots, and the haves are now, a lot of the haves are now being shuffled over into the have-not school. And this is a problem. As a realtor, I'm asked about schools all the time. People want to make moves into neighborhoods where there's good established schools. And I've always highly recommended the south part of Roncesvalles Village that is now falling into this moved catchment because Garden Avenue Public School has always been so highly sought after. And it's been just a great little school. I really feel for the people who are legacy. And I really think that I understand that Toronto District School Board has to do what they have to do with regards to rezoning. There's always going to be rezoning issues. This is the first one that just happened to fall into our neighborhood. I understand that they need to do what they need to do, but I don't think this should apply for legacy students. I think they should be grandfathered in to Garden Avenue, and only the new students would have to move over in accordance with the new catchment zones. That's my personal opinion. Of course, this is not this has not yet been 100% accepted, but they rarely move on their proposals or alter their proposals. There is large public outcry to stop this, so we'll see what happens. There will be a meeting on Tuesday at Garden Avenue Public School, Tuesday evening, and you can expect heavy turnout and a lot of upset parents. Now, I feel bad for these folks, and so I'm going to offer them a special. And that is, if you feel like it's time for a move, and this is the mitigating factor, that you want to move out of this catchment and re-find yourself in a better school district, between now and Christmas, I will list your house free of charge. Contact me for details. Of course, there's going to be some small print on this, but please reach out to me, Monte at beautifultorontohomes.com, and I'll run through the details and evaluate your home free of charge. Thank you very much, folks. I'm Monte Burris. This is the Roncevalles Report for September 27th, 2014. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.